Welcome to both Papastache channels, and I'm doing this on both channels because 102 people, and if you don't know about 102, check out Papastache 102 because this is where this stuff lives over there. And then for the pop people and all you young whippersnappers out there, let me clarify that. This was pop back in the 80s and 90s. This stuff was on like all the big pop radio stations too, because metal guys could be sensitive, and I think it had to do with the hair and the makeup, but they definitely made it. They had crossover hits, so they cross-pollinated. That's what we're doing today. Welcome, one and all. Now, if you want to learn melodic soloing in a blues context, I'm going to leave a link down below to a blues video, but that'll start working your way into melodic soloing over chord changes, where we learn how to hit target notes in our solo. So check out that link. It is not on YouTube, and it's down in the description box below with some other links. But anyways, metal and hard rock can be yours in these easy steps. So I'm going to break into what we might be learning in the future a little bit more. Some hard rock and some metal. All right, let's check it out. All right, so 80s rock metal. This was inspired by, on my way over, my favorite pair of jeans. Got 2 rips at once. And I was like, dude, that sucks. But not if you were an 80s metal. And then all you would need to really quantify and just ooze metal would be some fire and your wife's blouse. Or your girlfriend's. Or actually, if it was the 80s, it would be your groupie who was your wife's best friend. Then it would be authentic and, you know, bottles of whatever all over the place. But since we're in the 2015s, we're going to drink, you know, green juice and have on, you know, tsunami shirts. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to allow ourselves some hard rock chords. And we're not going to really concentrate on specific major and minor chords. Maybe throw some in there for flavor, but we're going to be in A, of course, because I love A. So we'll have that A chord. Just one finger's all you need, which is even better, because then you can be like, you know, fire to the person in the front row as you're playing it. Then we'll do like a C chord, which we're going to modify. A D. We'll give ourselves F, G, and E. Okay? That's when you know you're serious. You know, right when they're going to go into their chorus or something. Screaming about how sensitive they are. Okay, so one of the things we can do is take parts of chords or different inversions of chords. So this is going to be our A chord. We're going to keep that. It's not major or minor, so we're only hitting 2 chords. Or 2 strings. Then we're going to take an F that looks like that, because nothing says metal like that chord right there. Okay, so that's going to be 3rd fret, D, 5th fret, G, 6th fret, B. Then we're going to take part of a C chord, and the cool thing is all you have to do is flatten this finger. Okay, now you're on D, G, and B, 5th fret. That's one of those chords you can shake with some vibrato. Okay, so we're going to do something like this. Okay, so what we've done, I go A, 1, 2, 3, palm muted. Palm muting is important. Those in between chords that, you know, hook up with the drums, syncopated. So then I'm going to hit my F, mute, C. Okay, so we got. Then I'm going to go. And I'm going to basically be sliding C to D. Now, if you really want to, like, angst-driven, pissed-off metal, add harmonics. And that says, like, fire to the pyrotechnic guy. Now all I did there is I went G to D. Now again, I'm not hitting the whole chord. Well, on the G, I mean, that's just a full rock and roll G, where you got, you know, G here, B string 3rd fret, mute out the A, and then you got D and G open. And then I'm going to do the D, but I'm going to basically be muting out the high E with this finger, and I'm only going to be hitting these 3 strings, the D, G, and B. Okay, so far we got... Now, after you've done that twice, now you got to like segue into something. So the best way to do that is to add like... Alright. So what we can do is we can do an F chord, like maybe E, A, G, D, and then G chord, and then you would play the A, and this is where you would back off your volume, because now you're going to get sensitive and pull in the ladies, or if you're like Lita Ford or something, pull in the dudes. But you know, in an 80s crowd, it was hard to tell dudes from chicks anyway, so you're pulling in the peeps. All right, so here we go. Now you can do a couple things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play off my A chord, and I'm basically going to hit with my fingers, plucking. We're going to do some plucking. Ladies like that. That was horrible. Edit! Okay, so we're going to do finger picking, chicken picking. We'll keep it G-rated. And then we're going to go 5th fret, B, 3rd fret, we'll make a suspended chord, and then maybe go, let's see. Yeah, then we're going to switch groups. So we got 5th fret, G and B, 3rd fret, G and B. Now we're going to go up and we're going to go G and D. Okay, and we're going to follow basically a minor chord or minor scale. Now there, we're going to take a C chord. We were doing C before. But we're going to outline a C chord, and we're going to go 3 and 2, A and D, and then G open. We're going to do the same thing on the D chord itself. So we're going to just slide up that shape. Pick it back up. See that little shift right there? That's very important in metal. We've gone from sensitive to pissed in one roll of the volume knob. The volume knob is quintessential 80s because most people only had one pickup anyway, so anything they could do to sensify their tone, they would do. So we've gone from Flowers to Jack Daniels in one roll. Bam! Okay. Sorry, my cold brew coffee is throwing me over the moon. Okay, so now you would play off those same chords, right? But you want to pick it up, so it'd be like. Oh, wow, that's like freaking Dawkins right there. Okay, so we got. I was just went. Hey, I'm picking up my verse, so I went A C D C, and then to like F. Those are the other two members in AC/DC. I'm sorry. I'm making one bad joke after another. Okay, so we got. Okay, so all I did was I shifted up to E, gave it its own bar, and then I went open E, C note, 3rd fret, 3rd fret A, 2nd fret, back to G note. And that's where you would come back around to like your beginning. Wait, did I do that? I forgot. Oh, there we go. See, it doesn't matter. We're just playing with those same chords. It doesn't matter how you mix them up, right? I should be. You know, you gotta add some. Extra vibrato more than you need is always quintessential 80s. You know, like shake it like you are pissed. Okay, so quintessential 80s, you got to listen to this stuff now. You know, lyrics and males screaming for God knows what sensitivity. You got to bypass all that and just hear guitar. You know, some of the lead singers were good, so I'm cutting them some slack. But anyways, guitar players. Warren DeMartini of Rat. George Lynch of Dawkins. You got great stuff like Motley Crue, you know, Mick Mars, and that's a great singer, right? Van Halen, of course, my favorite band ever. Cannot go wrong there. Not so much 80s metal, but like bluesy rock 80s and way more chicks like Motley Crue and Van Halen. So if you're going to be in a bar band, learn those groups. Now, if you're going to go to like some diehard town in the middle of somewhere awesome, nowhere land, then Dawkins might be like, people might like throw money at you because that's awesome. But so who else? There's a lot of good 80s bands. Just type in best 80s metal bands of the 80s. And make sure you put 80s twice so the search really knows that's where you're going. But listen to the guitar playing; it's incredible. You know, a lot of you are already going to know that. So, but if not, and you're entering into new guitar land, and you want solos and techniques, the '80s, '60s, '70s, '80s, '90s, there's killer guitar playing. So, the '80s for rock and metal, and actually that fusion of really melodic stuff with incredible technique. '80s, awesome, awesome, awesome. Start with those guys. There's great bands like Great White. I mean, there's tons. I mean, I'm blanking right now. This is the only time I am blanking. I'm auctioneering with my voice, but my mind is saying, I love the 80s. That's all I got right now. Just type in 80s metal and you'll get tons of bands. But those were like the big dogs. So, oh, Scorpions. What? You gotta listen to Scorpions too. Amazing guitar playing. One of my favorite bands ever for the 80s too. So, check all that out. You guys are awesome. Yes! Now, unless you're gonna do like a tribute band, I wouldn't recommend just yet breaking into your girlfriend's closet. If you're guys out there, girls, you can do whatever you want, and because you're girls and it's awesome. So if you want to dress metal and be like Joan Jett, Pat Benatar, like whatever, Lita Ford, to rock it, because you can do whatever you want because you're fashion. Guys, you know, bust out the ripped jeans and maybe like some Converse instead of snakeskin boots, and you're bam. Keep the manly shirt, though. This isn't exactly manly, but, you know. Now the shirt will be open, but instead of chest hair billowing like there was in the 80s, it'll be like manicured manscape. Link below. Check it out. It'll help you in your soloing. You guys are amazing. Don't be afraid to check out both channels, because I teach all sorts of different techniques on both, and that'll hopefully get you better and more well-rounded. Introduce yourself to people over here, people over there. Pass it to your friends if you like what you're seeing. You guys are freaking awesome. Last year was so freaking amazing, and so many of you subscribed. If you didn't subscribe, please subscribe. That keeps the wheels turning. And tell your friends and post it on all the medias down there. There's like, they grow like 10 little icons a day. So if you know of a new site where this would be great, post it there, because that would be awesome. You're amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your support and checking in once again at Papastache 102 and Pop. Catch you next time.